By the last 200 pages, I was telling Grace to shut the F up.
Good heavens, we're barely 30 seconds in language and context. That's from a reviewer, not the actual book.
Semantics. It captures the essence. The raw, visceral need for the main character in Court by Tracy Wolff to maybe, just maybe, internalize her internal monologue.
Welcome back to Heartbook Radio, where nuance goes to die. We're tackling Court, the fourth, an allegedly doorstop-sized entry in the Crave series. Someone seems to think it's primarily about telling the protagonist to be quiet.
It's not about that. This thing is over 900 pages. 900? You could stun a moose with this book. And apparently, half of it is Grace, our gargoyle queen, thinking things like, "Oh, no, this is hard," while gods are trying to end the world.
While the length is considerable, the narrative follows Grace wrestling with immense power, impossible odds, and the lingering romantic entanglements between vampire brothers Jaxon and Hudson. It's high-stakes fantasy romance.
High stakes, or high levels of whining. Let's talk characters. Grace. Oh, Grace. Is she an empowered queen finding her wings? Or is she the galactic champion of self-doubt? Reviewers are split. Personally, she sounds like my Aunt Carol trying to use the self-checkout. Is this the button? Am I doing it right? Everyone's watching. Meanwhile, the world is literally burning.
That's reductive. She's burdened. She carries the weight of her friend's safety, the fate of their world. It's a classic, chosen one, narrative amplified. Her internal struggles reflect the external chaos.
Chaos is right. And speaking of chaos, the love life. She dumps Brody Vampire number 1, Jaxon, for Broody Vampire number 2, Hudson. Classic soap opera. But Hudson, is he too perfect? One reviewer joked he'd praise Grace for taking a good dump. Where's the tension? He's just nice, supportive. Give me drama.
A healthy relationship is, now, unlike our discussion about Twilight, where you championed the toxic codependency.
Don't you dare bring up Edward Cullen again. We agreed. That was different. Bella had personality. Okay, maybe not, but Jaxon. Poor Jaxon. Dumped, depressed, angry. And now people want him to hook up with Flint. The other angry dude. What is happening? Is this fan service?
The Jaxon and Flint speculation is certainly a development. Whether it's organic or pandering is debatable. But it speaks to readers wanting happiness for Jaxon, perhaps seeing a shared trauma bond.
Trauma bond? Or the author ran out of ideas for the spare vampire. And Flint just seems angry. Like his entire personality is grar. Maybe they bond over mutual grumpiness. What do they even talk about? Brooding techniques. Hair gel.
The supporting cast, the order, does seem somewhat underdeveloped according to critiques. Characters drift in and out, serving plot functions rather than having arcs.
Cannon fodder with names. Like red shirts in Star Trek, but with slightly better hair, probably. Okay. So we've got Whiny McPowerpants, Mr. Perfect Vampire, Mr. Dumped and Maybe Gay Vampire, and Captain Angry Issues. What a team. Can this book actually be any good?
That is the $1 million, or perhaps 900-page question. The pacing is a major point of contention. Some say, Tracy is all gas, no brakes, non-stop action. Others claim it drags, filled with repetitive internal crises. One Spanish review literally said, so much war it collapses your brain.
See, brain collapse. That sounds like entertainment. But then you get reviews like, this whole book felt like a punishment. A punishment. Who wants to read 900 pages of punishment unless you're into, well, never mind. But then someone else is incandescently happy over this awesome semi-conclusion. Make up your minds, people.
It speaks to the polarizing nature of the narrative style, the constant, impossible tasks, followed by Grace's lengthy internal debates. Then sudden success, it works for some, infuriates others. And the tonal shifts, apparently. There's a scene discussing the torture and murder of students immediately followed by romantic intimacy.
Wait, what? They find out kids got tortured, and then they immediately get busy, talk about mood killers, or mood starters. I don't know, that's just weird. It's like, oh no, horrific death. Say, is it hot in here, or is it just your smoldering vampire gaze?
It's jarring if true. And the plot holes, that one reviewer who listed 35 issues. My favorite, why is nobody cold after teleporting to Alaska? Do gargoyle powers include internal thermostats?
Exactly. Basic survival, people, and the parents. Where are the parents? Do they just text? Hey, honey, hope you're not getting murdered by ancient deities today. This isn't world building, it's world ignoring. If Grace were a sandwich, what kind would she be?
A sandwich, that's absurd. How is that relevant?
It's very relevant. She'd be a giant. Multi-layered sub on stale bread. Looks impressive. Tons of ingredients. But half of it is just lettuce filler. And the bread makes your jaw hurt after a while. And it keeps telling you how hard it is to be a sandwich.
Right, okay. Final thoughts, before you compare Hudson to a condiment.
It's a glorious mess. A beautiful disaster. I give it 6 out of 9 ancient prophecies fulfilled, while someone cries in a corner.
It's certainly a book of many, many pages. For sheer audacity and commitment to melodrama, maybe, but the execution. I give it 3 out of 10 editors who apparently took the year off.
So you hated it?
I didn't say that, it's memorable, like indigestion.
Perfect. Next week, folks, we're tackling Kevin the Sentient Kohlrabi Finds Love. Sounds riveting.
That's not a real book. Until next time, keep turning pages, preferably ones with fewer internal monologues. This is Heartbook Radio.